Hello everyone. Recently I appeared for CompTIA CySA plus exam, and ever since I've cleared it, I've been receiving a lot of questions on LinkedIn and other social accounts that I have, and asking different people asking different questions like how was exam and how is the difficulty level, like how hard it is, and what all study material that I use, what to do, what not to do. So today I'm going to share my comprehensive experience from the day, exam day, to what all study material that I used. So the exam is of 2 hours 45 minutes, and I logged in 15 minutes before to go through the whole process. So it's fairly simple, when you log into the Pearson's website, which provides the online proctoring system. So I logged into the Pearson website. They asked me to download exe file. It is for Windows. I don't know how it goes for Mac. I gave for Windows. So you need to download that, and it provides you a complete framework where you need to upload different views of your room, like different pictures of your room, and it will go through the whole configuration, which checks your Wi-Fi, would run a system configuration, and it would check your camera quality, and after that it will ask you a photo ID, a valid national photo ID. So I used passport because I don't have any Canadian government issued photo ID. You can use your driving license or any other identity if you have. So moving on, after you have done with all the configuration, you are prompted to, the prompt asks you to start the exam, and if you click on begin the exam, you are joined with the online proctor, and your camera is on all the time, and there's you're not allowed to mumble. Okay, you're not allowed to read question aloud, of course you're not. So you cannot make hand gestures. You just have to sit straight. Your face, your angle should be very much visible on the camera, your face, and your gesture should be visible to the proctor. If there's something happening here there, because while giving the exam, I was tired in the middle, so I bent a little bit. So I got a chat prompt up on my exam, and proctor wrote that you have to sit straight. So you need to keep that in mind, and also there should be pin drop silence. See, I'm living alone, so it's easier for me, but people who are living with the family, you need to keep your family quiet for 2 to 3 hour duration, 2 hours 45 at least, or 45 minutes at least. So about the exam now. So I received 70 questions. You are going to receive from 70 to 85. It can vary. So I was lucky. I received 70 questions, and there were 5 performance based questions, and you can get 5 to 10 performance based questions depending. So again, the performance based question that I received, I don't have very much. I was not experienced with many different type of logs, so you need to understand the concept to get through those performance based questions. There are different videos which actually terrify you, you are going to be doing, you would not be able to do performance based if you don't have experience. But you need to understand concept. You need to think like a cybersecurity analyst. You need to understand how and what you're looking for, and it is very much clearly given in the question as well, because I received one question about where I need to recognize a malicious system which is beaconing. Okay, now what beaconing does, I need to know that to understand which system is beaconing. So I was able to recognize it very clearly in the log, and I could mark it, and then I need to what next was, yeah, so it was asked as a second step to create an ACL for that beaconing, to prevent that beaconing there and then. So detection and prevention, it was clearly. So you need to understand the log. Understand the log means understanding the concept. So now other questions were literally there were difficult questions. Yes, of course they were, where I went reading question twice and thrice, and to understand what question were really asking. There are a lot of tricky questions, but the whole point is you need to understand what question is asking, and it's a very minor thing. Okay, there's one little word or sentence written in the middle of the whole paragraph that you need to really concentrate on. So this comes with practice, and this comes with reading different articles or books. So I really worked hard on it. Then after the exam, I cleared. I got 782 marks out of 100. So out of 900. So it was like I was clear. And this, now coming to the study material that I used. So there are a lot of material available, but there is very less proper guidance available. So I would say there is also a site which provides you performance based question. So I'll give you the whole structure how I went through, and I could not get any video or any page which clearly says that refer to this thing, or even on the Reddit. You know, I read a lot of articles, but I was not able to get through everything. So this there are a lot of videos which recommend Jason Dion's course on Udemy. I think it's a good course, but it is not that like comprehensive in terms if you are beginner. Okay, if you don't know the exam format, or if you really don't have not worked that much. So I have an experience of 3+ years in security research and development, but I've not used all the tools, because CySA literally asks you to use, like, you should have an experience with n number of tools that have been listed in the study guide of CySA Plus. So there were a lot of tools, like in forensics I had no idea about, but I would say my study, like different courses that I took, like I took a course of digital forensic, which helped me a lot. So there this whole process, you know, you need to understand it. So again, coming back to Jason Dion's course, so it is okay, but you need to really read that book, Cybec book. I would recommend Mike Chappell's Cybec's book. You need to read it if you have time, and if you're experienced enough, if you've used and you've lived in that situation with where the situational questions you're going to encounter, I think you would be able to get through it. There are people who just studied for CySA a week and just passed it, you know, but there are people who have studied it like a month but still were not able to pass it. So you have to read the book if you don't know the concept that well, and if you don't know the tools that well. So I would recommend reading the book, but again, it depends on the time you have. And there is again practice tests that are also available. Cybec's practice tests that consist of I think more than 1,000 questions, and again they have 2 full-fledged practice tests at the end. So you can go through it. If you don't like the PDF format, it is like available on internet, and also I will share the link of my Google Drive and make it available publicly, so you can use it from there. And if you don't like going through the questions in the PDF, there's a format like a browser plugin format where you can open in your browser. So what you need to do is you have to scroll down at the end of the book, and there is a whole procedure how you can log into the Cybec's website, and you need to give them the code of the book, which is again available at the end, and they'll give you the that same exam format. So you can use that. I used it. I didn't use the PDF format because I hated I tried, but I was not able to concentrate on the PDF. So I used the browser thing. And also if you don't have an idea of how different tools work, totally you don't know how they are going to work, for example, you don't know how Nmap is going to work, or Metasploit, how it gives an output, and then there is a website that provides you with the lab atmosphere, they creates a lab for you, virtual lab, where you can use different tools they provide. So they provide the whole list of the tools that are given in the that are being asked in the exam. So I didn't use it. I had an idea a little bit, but I got the other alternative because I was so like literally terrified about the performance based, and I was searching a lot. Then I got this O'Reilly's 10-day plan free, which is like they provide you 10-day free like membership, so you can just log in there and you can there are a lot of books, and there's one book which again I'll give the link in the description about which you don't need to read. I didn't read it, but I went through all the pages of the book, like of all the pages of the PDFs, where because they have a note section in every page or in every second page, which is really helpful to read, which is good to read. So if you're preparing for the exam, so I made the note of it or whatever suits you. Okay, so and also that book at the end, if you go again at the end of the book, if you go, they give a reference to the question set complete on the browser, which you can log into their site and again get the, which I didn't use much. I just used the performance based question, and gives you like 25 performance based question. I think it was 10 to 25, I've got the exact number. So these questions which I got there by that book was literally very helping, because the same structure I saw in the exam. So I would highly recommend trying that out. And the questions are like fixed 10 questions, and they're not going to change. So these are the 3 sources. And also, if you have LinkedIn membership, so you can go to LinkedIn Learning and see CySA plus learning path. I took that path. I did not take a Jason Dion course. I mean, I took it, but I was it didn't help me that much. I think the book which I read relates more to the Michael Chappell's course, which is like he's explaining about all the tools, giving notes and telling which tool, how it works and everything, which was actually not there in the Jason Dion's course. I'm not saying that Jason Dion course is bad or something, but it didn't suit me. So it was like I didn't like it that much. It was not that helpful for me. So I like LinkedIn course more than Udemy course, because LinkedIn course you can more relate to Mike Chappell's course if you're reading Cyber book, but again it needs membership, and it costs you 34 Canadian dollars of membership of LinkedIn, and whereas you can get Udemy course for just $14. So it's a way bigger difference. So whatever suits your need. And both courses are same, because they are going to work well if you know concept prior, and therefore you need to read the book or you have to have experience. So they'll just brush up your concept a little more. So I think reading book is very important, going through the book and practicing all the Cybex questions, which I would highly recommend. And one more thing I would say about the book, that book is more a level more difficult than the actual questions which you encounter in the exam. It might be because I read a whole book, and so I was more familiar with the concept and everything. So I would rate exam question to be 8.5 to 9 and book to be 10 in the difficulty level. So it's a little difference there. And 3 sources again, if you have LinkedIn, then LinkedIn Learning. Like if you have LinkedIn membership, then it's LinkedIn Learning. Go through it, go through the learning path. And if you're naive and you don't know any tools at all, and you need to really have that concept, then please go to Cybrary. That is a little costlier. It costs you $50, but again it depends, 50 Canadian dollars. So it again depends if you are able to afford it, and if you really need to get those concepts cleared. So it's a source where you get all the tools will listed in the CySA, so you can go there. Also O'Reilly is the best source. Again, it gives the 10-day free membership. So you can before 10 days you can take that membership, and before 10 days or to your exam you can take that membership and go through different concepts and practice the performance based question given, mentioned in the book at the last page, in the last section. I don't remember the last page exactly, so it's in the last section somewhere. So I'll link everything about I'll document everything and link it in the description, and also I'll give the link to my GitHub where you can go and download all the to the documents that are required. So don't forget to check out the description, and like if you found this video helpful, like and share, and also subscribe to my channel, because I would be sharing more of the certification videos and best like the source of knowledge you can get, and also I will be sharing more of the cybersecurity techniques, tools, and news here. So hope to see you soon again. Bye, take care.